Good evening everybody and welcome to Calm Lands and welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all having a great week. I just need to adjust my settings, bear with me. Oh, I can see what's happened. Oh, there we go. So I accidentally changed one of the settings on my stream deck XLR, so the music was like super loud for me. I've just had to adjust it. So welcome to the stream. We are back on Calm Lands for some more fun and games. I'm joined with Stevie and Storm again. How are you, Stevie?
I'm very hot. It's too warm. But look, we'll be fine. I've the window wide open and I've a fan blowing on me here, so we'll get through it.
Yeah, plenty of water. Keep yourself hydrated. And so yeah, we've got a few jobs to get us going. Starting with building the BGA if we can. So we're going to have a look at that so we can start processing our silage and sugar beets that we did last time. So just wait for Stevie to come pick us up. So yeah, if you missed last stream, we did the corn silage and then we did the field of sugar beets. We harvested that. It seems like the corn was forever ago. I keep thinking it was the stream before because we did all the corn, compacted it. Then we did the sugar beet harvest. Accidentally skipped through far too much time, and then the silage that we did from the corn earlier in the stream was all done. So we got, how much was it that night? No, 1.1 million litres was it in total? Something like that, silage. And I think I worked out we got roughly around about 800,000 litres of sugar beets from our harvest last time. So Stevie and Storm are going to start off cutting our grass field for our silage bales, and while they do that we'll head over to, well, we grab the trailer and we'll load up with some sugar beets, cut sugar beet from the silo that we've processed. Oh, I just noticed, why is that fertiliser tank not placed where I put it? That's a bit weird. Okay, that's definitely not where I put it. For some reason that seems to have jumped into the building. I placed this not long ago before we started, and I don't know why it's ended up halfway in the building. So to get rid of that and try replacing it. Containers. Oh, that's better. Let's hope it stays there this time. That's weird. I have no idea how it ended up inside the building. So our mouldy donuts, croissants and cupcake or muffin. I don't know whose they are, but they've been there for ages. I just think it's whoever made the mod. Oh, it's crashed into the fence. Put them in there for a bit of decoration. I don't know what they're a bit of stereotype on truck drivers that they eat a lot of junk food and stuff like that. I don't know. So we'll take a load of cut sugar beet that we've got in here. So we've currently got 428,000 litres of sugar beet left in this silo, and we've got 119,000 litres of cut sugar beet that we've got from our processor. So we'll take this and we can put it into the new BGA we're going to build. I don't know what the capacity of the new BGA is or how quick it will process material. So we'll see when we build it, but it is cheap. So it's only 80,000 to build. So who we got in the chat? We've got the Crazy Tractor Kid saying hi, hey to you. Greeno Farm saying hi as well, hey to you. And welcome to the stream. LP11 fan saying hi Sim, hey to you. Good to see you in the chat again, hope you're doing well. And Cameron Henderson also saying hi. One thing I did do some minor changes, I just changed this entrance road a little bit so it doesn't kind of go over as far as it used to. So it's a little bit easier to manoeuvre and not quite so sharp turn on the ends. Other than that, I did have to move the sugar beets. If you watched last week's stream where we put the little sugar beet concrete dividers for the sugar beets, I had to move them over to this corner so we could fit hopefully fit this BGA in if we can. So we've got Edison21 saying hello, UxDNA 2001 saying hi everybody, hey to you, good to see you in the chat again. Nathan Owen saying hello. Craydon Gaming saying I'm here, good to see you again Craydon, I hope you're all doing well as well. Right, so we need to get rid of that. We're going to sell this because we don't really need it all that much now. And I think we're going to have to get rid of this fencing. As well. I'm hoping we can fit this BGA in. I did roughly try it and it did seem like it would fit, although it's not the ideal area for it. But we don't own any other land at the moment other than this tiny little bit. We've got this little bit over here, but I want to keep that for possibly expanding the farmyard. So we'll see if we can actually fit this in. So we want factories. So the one we're going to go for is this BGA methane pack one. So it's only 80,000. I think it's exactly the same as the one that's included in Calm Lands, because it comes with the same trailer, the same methane sell point and stuff like that. So, but for some reason it's like 100 grand cheaper. Let's see what rotation we've got. Let's put that on 45. Oh, I don't know if that's a bit too much. So what I was thinking is getting it somewhere here on that angle, and then what we'll do once we've finished processing all the sugar beets and this building's finished with, we'll remove that and move that somewhere else so it's in a better position. And then this area here we could put some additional bunker silos in, so the next time we do silage for just going to the BGA, we can put it straight into bunker silos right next to the BGA rather than transport it from the farm. So at the moment we don't have enough money because of the landscaping. So that just shows how much it's going to cost, an extra, well, more than 20 odd grand. So we're going to have to level it out a little bit first. I don't know why it does that sometimes in landscaping, the mouse camera kind of goes a bit weird. Who else we got? Matt Menzensky, sorry, saying hi Sim, hey to you, good to see you in the chat again. Cameron saying Stevie, I feel you. Yeah, it's getting quite warm in here now. So saying just before we started, I got the air conditioner unit running before I started, and I got the temperature down in here to 20 degrees, and since I've switched that off it's already up to 24.8 and getting warmer. So I've got my little fan on next to me, which is giving me some mild relief. This is the trouble when you're in a hot room and you've got a PC running that's kicking out warm air out the back. Only adds to the heat in the room. You've got 3 monitors running, it's also giving off a bit of heat as well. Hopefully that should be enough. I may need to get rid of this fence here as well, to give us a bit more room this side if need be. Well, I'll tidy all this up a little bit once we've built it. And what we'll do is get rid of that. I wish this had stayed. It really annoys me when it resets back to the default brush. I wish it had stay on the one you was last using. It's one of those little annoying things about the game. Only minor things, but they still annoy you. Like production, factories, BGA. I may need to disable the auto leveling. One thing I will do before we actually build it is I'm just going to put the interactive zone markers on so I can just double check where I don't want to put it somewhere and then we can't actually access one of the triggers because it's in an area that's not accessible. So yeah, there is nothing. Just wanted to double check there was nothing around the back and side of these tanks. So everything is on that front side. That's good. So I'm thinking there, but at the moment that's going to be really annoying with that in the way. Is that still saying not enough money? I'm thinking if we build it there, there's enough space to drive down there. I will probably, once we've got rid of this and all this is out the way, we can kind of change this around a little bit more so we can get better access to it. Bring this across. Just try and catch up on chat while I'm doing this. Doug Hungary saying hi, hey to you. Archon saying hello, Mr. Sim and Stevie, hey to you, welcome to the stream. Luke Randall saying hi, Sim, hey to you as well. Farm Simulator guy saying hi, Sim Farmer, hello to you, welcome to the stream. Edison21 saying hey Sim, I have a question, and it is Storm going to stay in this series. I personally enjoy his trio. I think he'll come on as and when he can, but obviously they won't be able to be on all the time. But yeah, now we've got enough for multiple people to do. It's like handy to have an extra person, so he's always welcome whenever he can. He's got the time to come on and help out. I say hopefully in the future maybe I'll have to get a couple more people on once we've got more stuff to do. I think for now it's not pretty but it'll do. landscaping. Where am I? Sculpting. It's just. I might leave that actually for now. Just trying to think. There is some other mods I've installed for production that may fit in this area, so I'll leave the rest of the landscaping. We can tidy that up later, as long as we've got the actual BGA in, so we can hopefully start using it. I don't know what the I'm hoping we can just tip onto the ground with this. Not one of those ones where you even need to put a ramp in or use a bucket to load it. So I've never used this BGA myself, so I don't know exactly what it's like, what the production rates are like. It was just the fact it was fairly cheap. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to unload. That's annoying. Should have really checked this first, shouldn't I? We don't really have the money to buy anything to get some conveyors or anything to load this. Nope. TC Agri saying hi Sim, hey to you. Jess is in saying hi. I'm playing FS22 with mods, nice one, and good to hear you got it working. Yeah, this ain't going to work. We're going to have to either get some conveyors, or we're going to have a long night of a tractor with a little front loader. Right, let's just drop this off here. We have put it into reverse again. We do have some milk we can go and sell, so that may get us enough money to get some conveyors. There is, I think Storm said there was a wheel loader that was on sale, but I don't know if we'll get enough money to get that with a big bucket. But we'll take the milk we've got and see how much money we get for that. I think some of our milk is in the slurry tanker. I don't know how you pronounce your name, is that Bjorslev? Hello mate, loves when you are building, thank you. Greeno Farm saying I'm watching and playing FS22 at the same time. Nice, what map are you playing on? I've been, for those that don't follow the other channel, Sim Farm Plus, there was a new video on Calm Lands Farm. A very, very long overdue video on there. So I don't know why I was kind of like, well at the moment I'm stuck because the next episode on No Man's Land is going to be episode 100. But I was having a few issues getting the videos to render over the weekend, which is a little bit annoying. So that's kind of delayed episode 100. And what I was planning to do was over the weekend I was going to do a live stream on No Man's Land for the 100th episode, live stream it but record it at the same time, then edit the video afterwards and then upload it as a time lapse, like an edited version of the stream. But then I couldn't get episode 99 to render properly in time, so that didn't get released until Saturday, which kind of scuppered those plans. I think there is only one milk sell point on here, so I don't think we've got much options of where to take it. Yeah, just the dairy products. So we've got 35,000 litres to sell, which, how much was the price? 1,200. So it should be nearly 40,000. So it should be enough to get us the small pickup conveyor and the other one, then we can start loading the BGA with that. I may, when we've got a bit more money, I may change it to the industrial BGA. It's a little bit more expensive, but at least you can just tip straight into it. But yeah, as I was saying, No Man's Land, I was going to live stream it on Saturday, and then say I was having so many problems getting the video to render. I think it failed on me 3 times before I eventually got it to render correctly. It kept stopping midway through, but it wasn't showing it had like stopped. It said carry on running the timer down, but the video actually froze, which was a bit annoying. Don't know why it happens with Vegas, but every now and then it's an issue I come across and I don't know why. It's frustrating. So Monday I decided I'd had enough of the time lapses for a bit, so I went on to Calm Lands farm instead. I got a video recorded Monday, got that edited and uploaded, and on Tuesday I recorded 2 further episodes on Calm Lands farm, so I've got the next 2 episodes recorded for that. And then today, last night and today I was on the Western Wilds, and I've really enjoyed the Western Wilds at the moment. I'm at that stage where I can make a decent amount of money and buy some nice equipment when I need to. I wouldn't have thought we'd struggle so much going up this hill. 800 horsepower truck, and we're still struggling. Greeno Farm saying Southern Cross Station, nice. Is that an Australian map? Or am I thinking of a different one that's got a similar name? Just saying I have to delete all my mods and re-download them. I didn't have all of them, so re-downloaded, the rest came back. Well, at least you got some back and you can play the game with mods. Sim Gamer fan number 1 saying hi Sim. I'm a huge fan of you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is an Australian one. So I vaguely recognise the name, but I couldn't remember exactly. Not a map I've ever played on myself. But it sounds familiar. We might get to this sell point one day. This is one of those problems. Focus loss, thank you very much for the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content. When we first bought this tanker, we bought the largest capacity, which I think was 50,000 litres, and the truck we had at the time would not pull it at all. So when I changed it back over for the map, so I had to reduce it to the 40,000 litre capacity one. This was the only truck I could find out of all like the European style ones on Mod Hub that would actually pull it, even at the 40,000 litre like full. Still struggling massively coming up that hill though. Right, where are we? Around here somewhere. There we go. For the second then I didn't think it was going to accept it. Marco types, when will save game from No Man's Land? Save game from No Man's Land is available to download, but I can't remember when it was from, the last one. There will be an updated one from episode 100, but that won't be out obviously until episode 100's been done. So I still need to actually record it yet. I say I do want to try and live stream it, but I don't know when I'll get a chance to do that. So at the moment we've got this, oh, a nice terror track as well. But yeah, we can't quite afford that at the moment. I think the best option is probably the conveyors, but I really don't like the base game conveyors. They're so slow. They're like painfully slow, especially when you're waiting to fill up a trailer from them. Right, we'll save a bit of money and we'll get them on buy to lease. I don't think we've got one. I was really hoping we had a hitch on the back of this tank. I don't know if we can actually put one on. Let's have a look. Can we put a hitch on the back? Find out which trailer we've got. I may change this one as well for this one, because this one takes methane, where the one we currently have doesn't. So it pretty much takes everything apart from methane. Can we have a trailer hitch? I don't think you can on this particular one. Nope. That's annoying. I'll drop that off. And we'll take one of the conveyors down if we can hook it up to the buttons right on the side there, side panel. I should have installed that new conveyor that was released that picks up off the ground, the same as this one, but it's not going to hook up to it, is it? I think I had this problem on the western margin here to use a tractor because I couldn't find anything else attached to it. Nope. Right, I'll take the tanker back. So at least then we can take whatever slurry we've got from the sugar beet processor and the cow shed, we'll take that to the BGA so at least it can start processing something while we try and get the conveyors set up. I've just crashed. These cars come way too fast around here. Cadets World saying hello Sim Farmer, hey to you and welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Mickey Gaming saying, Sim, can you create a stream series like this one where we can join on a random map, because it would be really fun. I don't know if I'll do that. Oh, still indicate as a stream. I do want to try and get a community server set up, which at the moment I'm still struggling to get the extra time to sort it out. And at the moment I've got no servers at all on DRndalo because I stopped using my server on DRndalo for the stream because I had that issue where for a couple of weeks I just could not get on it, it would not load, and then when it did load it kicked you out after 10 minutes, and then the server kept saying it was offline, so I stopped using it, and never, when we changed over to this map the server was still down. So I just set this up on a standard multiplayer game that I was hosting with the intention to put it onto the server when it was back up and running, and then I kept forgetting to do it. So I need to contact my the contact I've got at DRndalo to sort out the get my servers set back up again, because I went on to do it the other day and I've got no servers at all. So obviously they've taken them off because I've not been using them. So once I've done that I can try and get a community server set up with like a map, and then I'll just be on every now and then so other people can join. What we'll do as well is take off those really annoying interactive zone markers. I mean, super handy, but they just look silly. Greeno Farm saying, what farming simulator did you start playing? The first one for me was FS15 on the Xbox. That was the first, very first FS game I ever played. I remember having no clue about farming at all, like, or anything. Never played the game before, didn't know anything about the game. I just thought I'd give it a go. I said didn't have a clue what I was doing when I first started playing it. Back when I played that, I never used to watch YouTube, so I never kind of went on YouTube to watch videos to see other people playing it or anything like that. Just kind of worked things out for myself. So there's some things I never actually did on 15 because I never got round to working out how they actually work properly. No, but yeah, 15 was the first one I ever played. It was fun up until I realised how much money you could make from silage on 15, and then I just literally spammed silage at the BGA. Got enough money to be able to buy the biggest combine, all the big equipment, seed drills and everything, and then I got bored of it. Right, we've got... I think we can get it. Oh, we can. I think we've got about 30,000 litres in here. Actually, while we're here, no, I'll fill this up first. I'll just check. We may need to top up the sugar beet processor. So at least we've got some slurry, this BGA can start working. Oh, is that all it does? 24 cycles a month. Should have saved our money and got the industrial BGA instead. Because that seems a bit pathetic. I know I should have checked this BGA earlier before I started the stream. I was going to put it on my test map to see what it was like, and I've never got a chance to do it.
We could earn enough for the industrial BGA by selling silage at the animal sell point.
Yeah, this one, it only does 24 cycles and it only does 800 slurry a cycle, so it ain't going to process a lot.
Yeah, it's not worth putting our silage in that one.
No, it'll take forever for it to... What's the silage? Yeah, silage is a bit better, but it's only 1500 litres per cycle. And it's like 1 cycle an hour, so it's... That's 36,000 litres a month, basically. And we've got, what, 1.1 million litres?
Yeah, how much money do you get back for selling the by BGA?
If I sell it now, I'll probably get all the money back, because I've got the mod on that gives you a better price for selling things.
Yeah, that means that we're only like 100,000 away from buying the industrial one.
Yeah, I can get 80 grand back for it if I sell it straight away, but then obviously we'll lose the slurry I've just put in it.
I think you'll get a bit of money back for it.
Yeah, basically it'll take us 30 months to process all the silage we've got through there. I should have realised there was a reason why it was so cheap.
If you,
Yeah, it doesn't say we'll get anything back for contents, it's just the 80 grand for the... The trouble is I think it'll probably take 2 months to process that slurry. By which time the value of the BGA would have gone down, we'd have probably no better off. We might as well just cut our losses and...
Yeah, I think we're better off just selling it and selling the silage till we get enough.
I mean, I can always just add the slurry back into the tanker, so we're not losing it.
Yeah, you could do that one too.
Just try and work this out.
That would mean that we don't need the conveyors either.
Yeah, it's going to take over 2 months just to process that slurry. And obviously then we wouldn't be able to do the silage until after that, because if you have multiple productions running on the same building, it seems to reduce the production rate by quite a bit. Right, let's get our slurry back. I don't think we'll get all of it in this slurry. This is why usually I test mods before I actually buy them.
Well, we can take the loss of that bit of slurry as a reminder to test the mods first.
Yeah. I went on earlier, I was on my test map on the Western Wilds, and I put down, I was trying some, testing out some mods for the Western Wilds, and I was trying like the Midwest, what is it, the Midwest production pack, which you can do like ethanol. So I put that on there, testing that, and I did a sawmill that I thought would be useful on here, see what it was like. And then I was like, I need to put the BGA down, and I forgot to actually try it. And then when I went to do it again, I was like, I ain't got time now. So we are just a little bit short of getting the industrial BGA, as long as I didn't disable the mod, thinking I wasn't going to use it, which I may have done. No, it's still there. Yeah, 250.
Yeah,
so
I think Stevie was gonna sell the eggs.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm loading the eggs now to sell them now.
so this one is the one I used on No Man's Land. If you watched the time lapse of that, this is the industrial BGA, which is quite a bit of a beast of a BGA. It processes quite quick. It can take more crops as well, because we can do straw and potatoes with this one. The only
Yeah,
downside
places
to
over
this
there.
one is I don't know if we can manually take out the methane like you could with the other one. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to
No.
use the others, because you could then manually sell the methane at the sell point at the top of the map. But I'm not sure if we can on this one.
calmed, I'm pretty sure on that one.
Yeah, I think you can only auto sell it, which isn't a massive issue. But this one's a slightly bigger BGA, so should still be able to get it to fit in there. I just have to yeah, that'll fit in. Just need to get the money for that now.
Yeah, you could sell most of the silage bales that are permanent.
Yeah, well, I'll just drop this tank off. I'll check the sugar beet processor, see if that needs topping up. No, that's fine at the moment. Yeah, this is when things don't go to plan. There's me having a plan. Oh, we'll build that BGA, start taking stuff over to it. That can start processing away then while we get on with other things. Nope.
And if we get any extra money, we could buy the wheel loader so we can. So
Yeah, if we can get the money for that BGA, because of how fast it processes, it won't take long to get some more money for it. And if I start taking up those silage bales, there's quite a few there.
Yeah, they sell for 440 or something per 1,000 liters.
Well, let's go and jump in the class and we'll...
Yeah, I've got that one.
Oh, you're in the class. No,
Can I have
oh,
the
yeah,
line or
I
the
forgot.
message?
Yeah, you're doing the thingy. I can take it on the back of this. I forgot the other tractors, the John Deere 9R. I keep forgetting we've got.
Yeah, I needed extra power to bear because it struggled last time.
I'm hoping we can attach this to the back of here. If not, this hitch is a bit useless.
Well, I could switch the glass out for the 9i.
No, it's alright. I'll use the MAN with it. It's fine. It connects up, so. Cadex will say nice video, thank you. Bumbog Green saying hello Sim Farmer, why don't you make videos with voice, and I love your videos. I do occasionally, but they're now on my other channel, Sim Farmer Plus. Although I haven't done many videos, I think I've only just released the 7th video on the Calm Lands Let's Play series. The reason why I don't do many, one of the time it's difficult to find suitable time to sit down without any background distractions when you're doing voiceover. Especially when the weather's hot like this. It gets a bit too uncomfortable without having a noisy fan on or the air conditioning unit. So it's easier to do the time lapse because I don't have to worry about background noise. But I'm at that point as well where I've got so many subscribers on this channel that don't speak English, because obviously the time-lapse videos you don't really need to understand what's written on the screen, as long as you understand the game, you know what's going on. So I get so many subscribers that don't speak English. When I do stuff on there like the live streams and videos with voiceover, that don't get very good views because I'll just get loads of comments saying I don't understand what you're saying. Like, okay. Bale sell point. Oh, it's around the back, isn't it? Nope, I don't know what I went in there for. Yeah, so I'm at that point now where my channel's so big it's difficult when I do stuff on here. I get just such low views compared to the time-lapse stuff, that it then hurts your channel when you do other videos. So I've decided to set up a second channel for doing Let's Plays on. So those that are interested in it can then subscribe to that one. But unfortunately, just because of how things have been, it's been difficult to get content done, especially this time of the year with the summer, long daylight hours. I'm extremely busy trying to get my garden sorted out and other stuff. Next month we're due to have a new kitchen fitted, so we need to get the garage cleared out. So that's my job for this weekend. Because we're having the new kitchen, so we're taking out the washer dryer out of the current kitchen. We're going to have a separate, like, small utility area built up into the garage. So we need to clear the garage so we can get the washer dryer plumbed in that area and get all that sorted out, ready for when they come to do the rip out the old kitchen and fit the new one next month. So I've got loads I need to sort out for that. I've still got loads of stuff in the garden I need to do as well. So at the moment I'm still very busy with other stuff. And I always said
Was that the silage bales?
Yeah. That's 23 silage bales. So we've got another 2 lots of 24 we can bring down. William V, thank you very much for the subscription. I hope you enjoy the content. Yeah, so at the moment the other channel kind of got put to one side because this channel, obviously being my main channel, I need to kind of focus on this one, so I need to make sure I get content for this channel first, and then any spare time I can then do stuff for the other channel, which has been very limited. I do want to try and at least get one video a week, and I was possibly thinking about doing a stream on a different night of the week on that channel as well, because it's a lot easier to do stream for a few hours because I don't have to worry about editing and rendering the video, which is a lot of the time it's part of the problem. It's not so much recording, it's then finding the time to sit down and edit it, and then find a time I can fit that video into the schedule to get it rendering. Because the one downside to using Vegas is you can't schedule renders. I think there is, or there was, a plugin that did allow you to do it, but I've never used it, and I don't know if it's available for the latest version. So currently I can only like render one video at a time. I can't like set another video to render after one's finished, which is one downside. So I have to render a video and then set the next one to go after manually, which is a little bit annoying and makes things a bit difficult, because I usually set a video off to render overnight. Well, yeah, if I can, if my cloudbot's working, put a link to the other channel. I don't know if it will actually work. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working again. I'll have to manually get the link for it. If I can. Right. For some reason I can't find a link to my own channel. Right, there we go. Let's try this. Yeah, so if you're interested in more like talking on videos, then check out that link, Sim Farmer Plus. I say there's not much content on there at the moment, but I am hoping to get more on there over the next few weeks. I've got 2 videos recorded, I just need to edit and render. So there should be at least 2 videos over the next week. Johnson at AVC saying hello Sim, what are your top 3 maps? Top 3 maps, No Man's Land, the Western Wilds, I'd probably say Calm Lands for me. I haven't really played enough maps to kind of really say. I was enjoying Elm Creek, it was a nice map for a base game map. Hobaylon wasn't too bad, but I've really preferred Felsbrunn for FS19. But Hobaylon was okay for a base game map. I think Elm Creek was a big improvement over Ravenport from FS19 for an American map. But I preferred Felsbrunn. But I haven't really played enough. Calmsden's a nice map, but it's not a great map for doing content on. The fields are way too big. So as much as I like that map, from a point of view of doing videos on it, I kind of don't like it. Just finding it difficult to come up with some good stuff to do on there, because there's not many good areas that are affordable to build on. And then for a lot of the contracts, the fields are so big, the contracts just take way too long. And pretty much take all your recording time just doing one contract. So other than No Man's Land, the Western Wilds and this map, I haven't really played on any others. I played a bit on the old Stream Farm, which was a nice map, but again, at the time I wasn't really feeling the map. And I think I started that at a time where I was getting a little bit burnt out with FS in general. I've been doing quite a lot on the base game maps. So it's definitely a map I shouldn't have started when I did. But from what I've seen, like screenshot wise, there's been some really nice looking maps come out. So I've just not played on them to really say what they're like. And there's been only a few I've downloaded to actually have a look around. How much did you get for those eggs?
A lot of money, I think. What did we have? I think almost got 80,000, I'd say. We had 210, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, I think you got like some stupid number. Well, with those 2 loads of silage bales, we'll get that reloader before we get the BGA placed.
I say we got enough for the BGA and 49 grand left over. I just looked up then, I saw 299, I was like wow. That's quite a big increase.
Yeah, we have the wool left too, or we want to use that for protections.
Yeah, how many pallets were there on there? I know that chicken coop's nearly full now, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure what there was. There was a lot of pallets and all.
Yeah, I've got that on the Western Wilds. I've got that one that goes up to 5,000 chickens. I'm just waiting to see what it's like, how fast the pallets spawn and how fast they go through the feed when you've got 5,000 chickens in it. I think it's going to be a bit too much. I think I may have to do some XML file editing for that one. Either increase the capacity of feed or lower the amount of chickens you can have in it Joshua Williams saying hey Sim all the way from New York, I presume that is. Sorry, it's been a while since I read your comment out. I've kind of missed it. And Milo Sap saying hey Sim, how's it going? Very well, thank you. Hope you are too. And Box2 saying sup everyone. Hey to you, and good to see you in the chat again. Edison21 saying hey Sim, have you ever heard of Dagwin? I have heard of Dagwin. I used to watch Dagwin before I even started doing FS videos. I think if I remember back, the first series I watched he did was on FS17 on the west coast. So that's when I was really starting to get into FS myself, was the west coast map on FS17 with seasons on as well. So I think that was the first series I watched. I used to enjoy his stuff back then, but towards the end of FS17 I started to lose a bit of interest. I don't know if it's because his style of play was a little bit different, and I think the last one I really lost interest with, I think it was the Shamrock Valley series. I don't know, it kind of changed how he did his videos from like when he did some of the earlier stuff he did. But then I started playing FS more, and then I started doing videos myself, and because I was playing so much myself to get videos done, I kind of stopped watching other people play FS. So I don't really watch much FS content myself now. It's like when you've been playing it so much throughout the day, the last thing you really want to do is watch other people play it. The last person I watched, but I still try and watch occasionally, was Mr. Sealy P, just because I found his videos quite enjoying to listen to more than actually watch. But then again, I haven't watched any of his videos for a while. I think at some point in the future we may have to put our own road in up to the store that runs a slightly better route, if possible.
Yeah, that would be nice. Do you want me to bring that, or take the lorry and bring that last load of bales where you build the BGA?
Yeah, you can do. We've got enough money to do it.
And then I can take, well then we have enough money to buy the wheel loader 200 bucket, so I can take that back over here then.
Yeah. Well, we'll go and run over there and see if we can get this BGA, or the new BGA fitted in here. The one I should have probably just gone with in the first place, which I was gonna, and then I saw that other one and I was like, oh, 80,000, that'll be nice and easy to get the money for that. Right, so factories, industrial BGA mod. Come a little bit further forward. Right, we've done it, that's it. That's alright. looks like a methane fill point there, but I don't know if it's one you can actually fill up your tanks with. We'll see. Once we start processing some stuff, let's tidy up the back a little bit. Oh, landscaping. Ah. One thing I would really like if the textures blended a bit better, or you could like adjust the strength of the paintbrush so you could blend textures a bit better. As with the other things, it's just little. There's just some little things I think would massively improve the landscaping. I think it's a big improvement over 19 in some ways, but then in other areas I think it's not quite as good. Straighten this bit up. No doubt I'll probably come on here before next week's stream and properly tidy all this up, like I always do. I literally always come on just to see what needs doing, see if there's anything need doing before we start the stream, and then end up spending an hour tweaking the landscaping, making a few adjustments to the roads and fencing and stuff. Nathan, and any forestry maps you'd recommend? I haven't actually played on any proper forestry maps on 22 yet. Can we pick up sugar beets straight out the trigger with this, or does it have to be on the ground? I don't know if we can. No, you can't. That's a shame. I'm probably going to set that up then and just put it straight into the BGA and leave it running. I'll leave that there for a bit because we'll probably... Actually, we don't even need the conveyors now, do we? Thinking about it. Actually, yeah, we could still use the conveyors. We could set the conveyor up actually. So we've got a permanent supply of sugar beet going into the processor. The only thing we'll have to do then is top the water up. Oh, stop. We'll leave that there. We need the truck now so we can unload this one. But if we look at this one, so sugar beet quote is 2,400 cycles per month as opposed to 24 as the other one. Slurry, it does less per cycle, so the other one was 800, but it does 2,400 cycles rather than 24. So that's a lot more, so it'll quickly get through that. Silage, I think that's higher than the other one, but we can also do potatoes, straw. Say that again, Storm.
Do you want to come grab the lorry and I'll buy the wheel loader and drive that one back?
Yeah. You've got permissions, haven't you, to buy the...
I think I should. I'll know soon enough.
You should have, yeah. Yeah, you've got full permissions. Why do I keep pressing the wrong button? I think there's some buckets that came with that. Oh yeah, they're not very big.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's 14,000, but it's 8,500
Yeah,
capacity.
I think that's the biggest one. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so too.
and then she got that one. That one I'm using on the Western Wilds. That yellow, it's like the cat, but unbranded cat one. But the
Yeah,
bucket's 12,000 litres, but it's the weight of the wheel loader itself is not heavy enough for a full bucket. So it's like why
Yeah, I
put the
tried it
capacity
too.
of a bucket that big, but then the wheel loader can't actually pick anything up with it.
Yeah, I tried it on my own and I gave up on it.
Yeah, I adjusted the weight and set it to 45,000 kilograms, and it still bounces a little bit when you lift the bucket up, but it doesn't tip over. But I think there is a weight on Mod Hub that you can attach to the back of telehandlers and wheel loaders on the
Yeah,
The
it's
hitch.
3 tons.
Yeah, I don't think 3 tons would have made much of a difference, to be honest. I increased it, I think it was...
I think it's like 12 or 15 tons normally.
Yeah, I increased it to 45 tons, but I think I had to increase it quite a bit. And even then, with a full bucket of stones, when you lift it, it does lift the back end a little bit. Yeah, as I was saying, I haven't really played on any forestry maps like that are solely forestry. There's obviously forestry on this one a little bit, and I've done some forestry on the Western Wilds and No Man's Land, but I wouldn't say they're forestry maps as such. The Wilhelmina Forest was released, but I think that had quite a few issues when it was first released. Holmacher has been released as well, but that's one I never played on 19.
I think Woźniak is too bumpy and stuff to build on it.
Yeah, I think it's good for just purely forestry. I don't think it's a good map for like building a farm up once you've cleared the land.
Well, this is gonna be a slow drive back.
Yeah.
It only goes 40 or 45 downhill.
You have to just let it roll down the hill. Take the handbrake off,
Yeah.
leave it at the top of the hill and let it roll.
Putting it in neutral doesn't work in this game.
No. That would be fun if it did. Forget to put your parking brake on, you just watch your tractor start rolling off down the hill.
Yeah, then been back to the farm re-equipped with this big hits. This reloader is a bit bigger than I expected. But
Yeah, it does
that's
look
nice.
quite a beastie wheel loader from the pictures I saw of it. I think it's the same as the class, because I think Liebherr produced the class wheel loader. But
Yeah,
I think that one's a slightly bigger version of the class one.
Yeah, it's big.
We had somewhere, I had to go for work, I had to go to a Liebherr centre in the UK for like a training course, and they had the wheel loaders there, and I didn't realise how big they were. Some of them absolutely ginormous, some of the big massive ones they do.
Yeah, when we do baling here, I drive Valtra A series. That's big. That's like in the game. It's a tiny tractor.
Yeah. I know it doesn't look great ticking onto the floor, but it does make life a lot easier. Right, what's the capacity? Sugar beet cut, so we're almost full. Well, let's activate that. And while we do that, now we've up and running, we'll put the times on ×5 for a bit.
Want me to start loading up that semi-trailer with silage?
Yeah, I'll take the what's out to be first, and I'll fill up the fully fill up the BGA with the cut sugar beet, and then we can see how quick that process is, because there's no point putting loads of other stuff in yet if it's not going to get through it just yet. Jess is saying, what did you think about Ravensburg? Ravensburg is the map I did at the end of, towards the end of FS19. I enjoyed that. It was a nice map. I like the little farm I built up on there. It wasn't a big, massive, huge farm, but it was made some good progress on that map, and it was a nice map as well. I like the layout of it and the feel of it. William V saying hello everybody, hey to you. Edison21 saying, hey Sim, can you do some for me and ask Stevie what happened to the old stream farm? Stevie, what happened to your old stream farm?
Yeah, I kind of just lost interest in it, but I might go back to it one day. It's still there anyway. I haven't given up fully just yet.
There you go. Yeah, I think if I hadn't started it when I did, I may have stuck with it a bit more, but my head wasn't in the right place really for starting another series. And I was hoping starting a new series may have given me a bit more mojo, motivation to want to play, but it had pretty much the opposite effect really, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a great map for me. Literally, the Western Wilds literally just came out, and that's just like No Man's Land. That's my go-to style of a map.
Yeah.
So, but literally, I couldn't go doing 3 series, otherwise they'd be going on for the next year. So,
yeah.
What I decided to do was No Man's Land and the Western Wilds, and once one of them finishes, I may go back to the Ocean Farm.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think 2 series at any one time is enough. As you say, if you do too much, you're just not getting enough videos out a week to really get much progress on it. And you think you're like a...
Yeah, like I'm doing 2 No Man's Land, 2 Western Wilds, and then the 1 from here then as well. So that's plenty to do every week.
Yeah. You think even for it, 3 episodes a week, 30 episodes, that's like 10 weeks. So if you're doing a series like I'm nearly up to episode 100 on No Man's Land, yeah, that's a long time you're on one map. Apologies I didn't see who that was for the subscription, because I forgot to put my Streamlabs back up on my other monitor. So I missed the notification, but thank you very much for subscribing. I only just realised, looking over and I'm thinking, that's not the right screen. Petty Barg saying, hey Sim, love your videos and very good content creator. Obsession, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy the content and hope you're enjoying the stream. Salter James, if they did a remake of Grizzly Mountain, would you do it? Possibly. I mean, I just think how different Grizzly Mountain would have been for me if I was to do that again now, because that was my first time like doing that kind of forest clearing forest and building the farm up from scratch kind of thing. So it's like my first time doing it. I struggled to get used to using the forestry equipment, the FDR logging stuff. I think if I was to redo that series now, having like done all the other stuff since then, I'd probably have cleared that map in the 100 episodes I did it. I'd probably have stuff built everywhere. But I'd possibly, I don't know if it'll ever come back to Farming Simulator. But if it did, it would definitely be one I'd reconsider doing again, because I say it's one of the series I enjoyed the most because it was the first one I did like that. And even now I really enjoyed how like the farm looked, and so yeah, definitely I think I would go back to it possibly. But I don't think that'll ever come back out.
That was an FDR logging map, Tim, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it was one of these one of the ones he originally released on ModHub, and then he pulled it, and then he pulled all his mods off ModHub, and he hasn't done anything on ModHub since. But I don't know if he has any plans of converting any maps, because I think all the maps he's released so far for 22 have all been brand new maps.
How much left of the trailer is full?
6%, so what's that, 3,000 litres or so. I think this is 6. Yeah, not quite one bucket.
So are you planning on using honeybee headers for your western farm?
Say that again.
Are you planning on using custom modding these honeybee headers for
Yeah,
the western series?
Yeah, when they're released on the ModHub. I know they're available on
Yeah.
PC. You can download them from their Facebook page, but I think I'll wait till they're actually on the ModHub.
I downloaded it just to try, and it's amazing. Like the header trailer is so small.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be for when I get the new combine. I've just bought a new combine on the Western Wild. Spoiler alert for the next episode. But I didn't. I was planning on going for like a really big combine, and then I decided I'd get another one just to fill, like as a stopgap combine. That's a slight upgrade on the previous one, but it's not like a big beastie combine yet.
Yeah, the honeybee headers, they're big, but they're expensive. Like the smallest one, the 7 meter, is like over 100,000.
Yeah.
And the biggest one is 200 and something thousand.
So they're the same that the case early rise planter. I was going to get the 18 meter one, but it was like 350,000 or something. And I was like, I can get the Kinsey for 100 grand less. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, the Midwest header is like 170, but the honeybee is worth it in my opinion, since the
Yeah.
Midwest trailer is such stupid big with the tank on front, which I don't see a purpose of.
Oh yeah, I just want to see if that is an actual trigger we can get methane from. It's not showing there's a trigger there. No, it's just a decorative thing.
So once we get done with this month, what are we like gonna do? Cause the next few months are winter.
We've got the sugar beet field needs ploughing, so that can be done. We'll,
Yes, Stevie is on that one. He's halfway done.
right. Yeah, well, there's not much else we can then do, so we'll have to probably skip through until spring. Just keep on top of the, make sure the animals are fully fed and everything. So I don't think there's much else we can do until we can start planting some crops. Which is until what, March? The earliest we can.
Well, February for cotton, but we could basically say March for anything else.
Yeah, I don't fancy doing any cotton yet. I don't think there's much we can plant in March anywhere that would be useful to us. Where are we? March. We could do oats, sunflowers, potatoes, sugar beet, sugarcane, cotton, grapes, olives, grass, poplar and oilseed radish. Grass field needs fertilising, so that's another job we can do.
Yeah, we need to take off all the bales first.
Yeah, I'll start collecting up the bales while you, if you want to fill up the trailer and take it over to the BGA.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll start getting these bales moved off the field. Give us something different to do for a little bit. I don't crash my tractor into the door. TC Agri saying, Sim, I have noticed there is a severe lack of forestry in a lot of your series. Can you do more, especially because the FDR equipment is out now? I haven't done much on No Man's Land. I did a little bit recently, but I haven't been doing a huge amount. What killed it for me on No Man's Land was, yeah, I need the actual bale trailer, would be helpful. I was thinking I'd left it up here. No, put it away in the shed. Yeah, when they released the 1.3 update and they dropped how much money he was making from forestry, that kind of killed it for me on No Man's Land. So like, I kind of stopped doing it because it was taking a long time to get like a trailer load at the time with the way I was doing it. I was just thinking it's not really worth for getting like less than half the money you was getting before. So that kind of killed the forestry for me a bit on there. The Western Wilds wasn't bad because the train yard's got a higher sell price, so that kind of made up for it. So I didn't mind doing the forestry on Western Wilds. But I do plan on having a fairly large forestry area on the Western Wilds, and I want to do more because I want to try and keep that production sawmill topped up with a bit of wood because it runs out so fast. Well, there'll be more coming when the new map's out in, what is it, November? The Platinum expansion's out. I'll be doing some forestry on that map. I'm not sure if I'll do that as a time-lapse series though, or as a maybe a Let's Play series on that map, so you can like just explore the map a bit better, rather than do it as a time-lapse. I don't know yet how I'm going to do that.
You could even do it as a stream.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm planning on, or well, as I did with all the others, once I'm buying every single DLC that's coming out.
Yeah. Just think, when's it out? November?
The 18th or something.
Something like that, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a long way out. It's not that far, is it? We're like midway through August now. So what's that? 2.5 months? 3 months?
Yeah, it's out the 14th of November.
Just trying to think where we'd be. If we're in a position where we're looking at starting a new map, it could be a possibility. If I do the that map, I want to try and use as much of the equipment that comes with the Platinum expansion, even though I know I'm probably going to hate most of the Giants forestry equipment.
Yeah, I saw the Volvo, but like it's a bit wobbly in my opinion.
Yeah. I haven't watched the video from FarmCon yet of them actually, like the gameplay footage from like the vehicles and stuff. But it's just, I'm not overly a huge fan of using wheel loaders for forestry stuff. I don't like the lack of control you get on a lot of the base game forestry equipment, especially the tree harvesters. It's like once you grab the tree, you've got very little control over where the tree goes. You can't rotate it, you can't drop it down and then pick it back up. It's just like stuck in, and it kind of has a mind of its own when you start processing it.
Yeah, I know people that actually drive those machines and they're just as controllable as the FDR ones,
Yeah.
the John Deere ones. So don't know why they're so hard to control in the base game.
Yeah, I just hate it when you cut in and the tree gets too light and it starts like flipping up because it can't hold it level on the ground, and it then, as you process it, it then starts driving it into the ground, then lifts the harvester up and it sends all the logs you've got in a fairly neat pile flying all over the place. It's frustrating.
Yeah, you have no control over the header once you've cut down a tree.
Jeddo, what's your favourite brand of tractors? I mentioned in the last stream I don't have a particular favourite brand as such. The Fendt 1050 is my favourite tractor at the moment. That may change in the future if new stuff comes out. But as for a particular manufacturer, I don't have a particular favourite brand. I like to use stuff from everyone, mix things up when I can. Well, there's some nice looking tractors from a lot of the manufacturers. I'm not overly keen on the new Holland stuff. I think it looks a bit ugly. Oh, we're full. Each one's picking up bale up. And we've already got 24. Oh, I've accidentally pressed the wrong button. Right. How do I abandon unloading? X. Oh, I hate that. You can abort unloading, but you can't fully abort unloading. So I can't bring the arm back in at all now until I actually unload. Which is a little bit annoying.
You're dragging your bale with you, I see. That's
Yeah.
a smart play.
I accidentally started to unload and that bale got stuck in there and I can't bring the arm back up, so it's coming with me. Oh, that's not what I wanted
So
to
I
do.
think we'll have enough silage in the BGA if I manage to unload this one bit.
Is it nearly full?
No, but it takes a long time to fill a trailer.
Ah, yeah. But there's 125,000 litres in there, so...
Yeah, if I empty this pit, it's gonna be like 300 and something thousand, I think.
Yeah, we'll just, as I we don't want to take all of it because obviously we need to keep some. So don't worry about doing all
Yeah,
of it now.
I can empty one pit and I leave the other two covered.
Yeah. Just saying Ravensport, what do you think? I enjoyed Ravensport. For me at the time, Ravensport was a big improvement on the base game maps from previous versions of the game. But I think Elm Creek is a much better map than Ravensport. But I did enjoy that series I did on there for the time lapse. Sham, I just never finished it. Got one episode off finishing, and I never got round to doing the last episode. So I think it ended on episode 49 when it should have been episode 50, would have been the very last one. I did try to go back and finish it off, but because it had been so far since I did the previous one and so many mods have been updated, game updates, half of the stuff I was using on there was no longer available or didn't work with the latest version of the game at that time, so I had to just scrap it in the end. The only reason why I didn't do it initially at the time was I had that one big massive field of, say massive, it probably wasn't that big. I think it was a big field of soybeans to harvest, and I wanted to use Courseplay. So I think I was waiting for the update for Courseplay to come out because there was a few issues with it at the time, with it not working with some stuff, and then I kind of like put it to one side, waiting for that, and then never got round to doing it, and then it just got left and forgotten about. Nathan Owen saying Grizzly Mountain is an FS22 and King mod, but not from FDR. I imagine somebody's probably will have converted it over. I think most maps from FS22 19 have been converted over by somebody. Yeah, unless it was released officially, then I won't be doing anything on it. Just saying, why do you only have a few tracks on No Man's Land in FS22? Because I just haven't had the money to buy tractors on No Man's Land. It's the only reason why I've only got a few. When I started No Man's Land on 19, there were so many mods out for cheap tractors. No Man's Land on 22 came out quite early. It was out before Christmas, and there wasn't a lot of mods out for cheap tractors. And to be honest, I don't think there was really many mods for like cheap tractors at all when it first came out. So I was kind of stuck with mostly base game tractors, which are expensive. And because I was doing no leasing, no loans, kind of reliant on being able to pick stuff up in the used equipment, which didn't seem to come up anything useful very often. And then there was that thing is, once you've got a tractor that can do everything, it's why buy another tractor that just does the same thing. It's not going to earn you any more money, it's just going to cost you money for something else that's going to do the same job the tractor you've got now does. So it's kind of hard to justify just buying more tractors. So I've got less tractors than I would like, but I'm still at that point now where it's still hard to justify spending 200,000-300,000 on a tractor that's not going to earn me any more money. It's the same with the harvester. Somebody said the other day, you need to upgrade the harvester. I was like, what's the point? New harvester might have a slightly larger grain capacity on the tank, and maybe be able to get a slightly bigger header, which I can't end it. I've got the largest class header you can get in game, the 13.8 metre. So a new combine is going to cost probably 200, 300 grand to buy, and not going to earn me any more money than the one I've got now does. So it's kind of like, what's the point in spending money when you're not going to make any more money from it at the moment? The Western Wilds is a bit different, because I could easily just go into an area forest and earn 300,000-400,000 if I spent enough time.
Want me to take that load to the BGA, Stevie? You can load the lorry.
Yeah, please, yeah.
So yeah, but I'm at the point on No Man's Land where I will be able to start getting some more equipment. I definitely want to get at least one more tractor for the to keep at the arable farm. Which will probably be a large tractor of some sort, but I don't know which one yet.
Get like the fence 1167 or something.
Yeah. I'll probably. I really want to probably get a Class Zerian. Something similar.
Yeah, that's a nice one too.
But yeah, it all depends. Something, you never know, something decent may come up in the used equipment sales that's worth getting. So it's a complete lottery with that what comes up. I find you go for ages and ages and ages and you just get rubbish stuff come up that's no use to you whatsoever. And then you have a small spell where you just get loads of stuff that you're like, oh, if only I had the money for that.
I had like machines that I just bought new going up and stuff.
I've been lucky on the Western World with a few things that have popped up. The one of them I nearly missed. I was like, oh, just out of habit, I just checked it and I was like, oh, that'll come in handy. Right, how do I get the money for that? We've had some good stuff on the stream. I mean, this Clash tractor was used equipment. The John Deere 9R was in the used equipment. We had that wheel loader. That's been a good buy as well. The JCB fast track was in used equipment.
Yeah, we seem to get way more in the used equipment here too. On my personal game, I seem to only get like 1 or 2 machines at a time.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know if it is because you're on multiplayer, maybe they do assume there's more people playing, possibly multiple farms, that more stuff comes up, I don't know.
Yeah, could be, but
I don't know if that is a thing, but it does seem like you do get more stuff come up in multiplayer.
could be a possibility, yes.
It's like, we skipped a bit of time now, but we've still got 3 tractors in there and 2 loading wagons. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen 3 tractors at any one time on any of my save games in used equipment sales.
Yeah, me neither. How many bales have you got of that field already?
48 and then 17, 18 I've got on this trailer, and there's still a load on here. Yeah, there's a lot. I reckon there's probably another 2-4 loads after this one at least.
That's a lot of money, even if we sell it directly to the animal
Yeah.
dealer.
That's one thing I need. Just keep checking that BGA when the sugar beets 15,000 litres left. I've never heard of Silver King tractors, Jesse. Koji65, what do you use to record? I use NVIDIA Shadowplay. So it comes with an NVIDIA compatible graphics card. So if you download the GeForce Experience, you can access the in-game overlay, whatever it's called, and then you can. I'm not sure what the key binding is, but I've got it mapped to my macro key. So you just hit the whatever the key binding is, Alt F9 or something, and then you just starts recording, saves it to whatever hard drive you choose. Full again. Right, let's make sure I get the right button this time, not unload. Yeah, so I record using Shadowplay. I don't know if it's called Shadowplay now, or I presume that's what it was called when I started using it. And that's what I've used ever since I started this channel. I did try OBS briefly, just to see what it was like, but it was recording in a file format that my video editor didn't recognise, and I couldn't work out how to change it. In the end, I just decided that Shadowplay was more convenient and easier to use, so I went back to that. I don't know if AMD have a similar thing with their graphics cards or not. I've never had an AMD graphics card, so I have no idea. Well, there's lots of free to use screen recorders. OBS is one that I know quite a few people use.
Yeah, I've been looking at upgrading my graphics card, but I'm waiting for a few other games.
Yeah.
Should I upgrade it now or wait till they come out and have some specs? That's not enough.
Yeah, that's the thing, and this time of year you got new ones due out soon. It's like, do you just get one or wait?
Yeah, mine isn't bad at the moment, so I don't need. I've got the 2060 Super, but I'd like something better.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be buying another graphics card for a while. I think this one's going to have to last me for a few years.
Yeah, was it the 3090 it was, or the
3080 Ti I got.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I was considering a 3090, but it was like a £600-700 more than the 3080 Ti. I was like, it's probably not worth, especially with the prices as they were at the time as well. So it's probably not worth even bothering, because you're not going to use that for just playing FS22. I will say though, the last game update, they must have done some optimising to the game, because if I unlocked my frame limiter, my graphics card usage would skyrocket to like 80-90%. But since you can select the frame limit in the options now, I set mine to 120 the other day, and my graphics card usage stayed about 40-50%, even though I was getting 120 FPS.
Nice. Stevie, could you come over to the sugar beet plant and fill it up with some content?
Yeah, coming now.
So I'm currently now running 90, just to see what it was like.
Yeah, I've kept mine at, I think, 80.
I say it made no difference to the GPU usage from 60, whereas before the last update it had needed double if I unlocked the frame limiter.
Should I activate the silage in the BGA?
if there's still some sugar beet, wait till that's finished, because it'll just slow down.
Yeah, okay, that's
Because from what I've found with productions, if you have multiple productions running at the same time, you get less. You don't even get like 50% of each. It seems to be less than 50% for both. They may vary from mod to mod, but when I tested it on some of the production mods, then you get far more if you've only got one running. You don't even get like half the amount for each one. I don't know how the game calculates which cycle it does. I don't know if it just alternates or if there's a built-in penalty for having multiple ones running, just so you can't have like 3 things running on one greenhouse but have maximum production for all 3, so you get like a penalty for having multiple ones. It's one of those hidden mechanics in the game that it doesn't explain. So there's another 24 bales.
Yeah, and there's a random one laying around in the yard. Is that the one that was stuck on the forks?
Yeah. Let's see if we can squeeze these ones. I should have put these a little bit closer together actually. The trouble is that I think we're going to have enough room because that arm swings down when you try and unload. So we can get them as close as possible.
Is that all the bales done, or are there
No,
more
there's
on the
still 9 on the field that I can see.
Water in the sugar beet processor.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I got stuck on the building.
Okay, I activated the silage in the BGA since the sugar beet cut was...
Oh, is it not folding up? Come on. Okay, my bale stacker's stuck and it's not folding up. I need it to fold up because I'm stuck. Bales are going everywhere. I've finished unloading, but it's not wanting to close up. There we go. Made a right mess of those bales, but I should have started over by the manure pit, as close to that, and then worked my way across the other way. Would have been the better way to have done it. So I think these are the last 9 bales or so. We can get some fertiliser on this field, and I think we can probably skip through then. We've got a bit of sorghum we can sell when the price is at its highest in January. But other than that, we don't have a lot to do now until spring.
Don't you want to keep that for the chickens?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting because I'm so used to just using barley for chickens. I keep forgetting we haven't got any barley yet, have we?
No, I don't think we have any barley.
No, we couldn't do it because when we started it was too late to plant barley. So we've sorghum was the only crop we could do, and I keep forgetting. It's that confusion again, is it having multiple save games on multiple maps? Because I'm so used to just doing barley for chickens.
Yeah, I'm at the point on my save game where I'm forgetting to check the prices, and then I'm starting to accumulate a lot of crops in my silage.
Yeah, I did that on the Western World. I completely forgot about my canola, although I didn't have a huge amount. But I didn't sell it over winter when the price was good. So I've got like Oh, like 70 odd thousand litres now. Drop that off there, ready to use. For some reason my
So what more needs to be done?
hang on, I'm just having a few issues getting this to disconnect. I don't think there's much else we need to do. As long as everything's got feed and topped up, then we can skip through to December at least and then check everything again.
Yeah, Stevie is just fertilizing the land or the field, and then we should be okay to start.
Well, we've got
time.
136,000 litres of electrical charge. I don't know how you have 130 odd thousand litres of electrical charge.
They probably store it in like those old tubular batteries.
How much is electrical? Does it show a price for it? Does it not show you how much we'll actually get? No. So how do you know how much money you make when you sell it?
You don't, it just suddenly appears on your bank account and you're happy or you're not happy, I think.
Oh, well, before we skip over midnight, we'll sell whatever we've got, or set it to selling.
Yeah, we want to keep the state to make our own fertilizer.
Yeah, we'll get the fertiliser production for the digestate, and then we can fill up our silo and then sell anything else we get from that. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but thank you very much for becoming a Farmhand channel member. Zikikos213, I apologize if I butchered your name, but I really appreciate you becoming a channel member and helping support the channel. Aviation Central saying I use Xbox Game Bar, can't find where to download OBS. Just search on Google Open Broadcast Software, you should find it come up on their official thing. I don't know what it's called exactly.
OBS Studio, I think.
Yeah, something like, I don't know what, I'm using Streamlabs at the moment, and the only reason why I'm using that was because I had it all set up from when I did a few live streams a few years ago on my other channel, on my old channel. So when I started doing live streams on it, it was easy to just use the Streamlabs settings I'd already got. So I haven't used OBS for a few years, probably about 3 years or so since last time I tried OBS exactly. I think if you're going to go for one, OBS I'd recommend over Streamlabs. I probably will look to change to OBS at some point. Let's just check. I think we are pretty much good. So as soon as Steve is finished fertilising the grass, we'll speed up time and skip through to December and then check on the animals. Just try and catch up on chat a little bit. Apologies I've not been if I've missed any of your comments. I'm not ignoring you, I've just not seen them. Edison21 saying my world was deleted because my PS4 crashed and for some reason deleted my world, spent 5 months on it. That's a shame. So that's where PC's super handy, that you can access save game backups for things like that. But yeah, on console you're stuck, unfortunately. Luke T saying, hey Sim, how's it going? How many hours do you have in FS22 now? Let me have a look. Currently on my Steam version I've got 1031 hours on FS22. I've got probably about 100 hours or so on the Giants version I bought initially, so probably about 1150 hours I'd say in total on FS22.
Oh, it's horrible to know for me that I have more hours than you, since you do this for a job and I don't.
I must say I've probably played FS22 far less than I did 19. But after playing 19 so much, although this was a new game, I had the initial excitement of it being a new game and getting quite a lot of content out early on, but I soon got to the point where I was just like, I can't do as much as I used to do because it's just too much, spending too much time. So I've probably not done as much as I would have done. I'm kind of like reducing how much I'm playing to try and stop where I have long periods where I just lose motivation and the will to play FS at all.
Yeah, I've got nearly 1,500, which isn't that good.
Yeah.
Since I played it while I'm still in school and I get home at like 5 o'clock. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fertilizing is done.
Right, we'll speed up time a bit then. I need to get rid of those icons again. So we'll skip through to December and then we'll just slow time down and check everything, and then if everything's okay we can
Did you set the methane and the electricity to sell?
not yet, no. I'll do it just before midnight, so hopefully it should all sell at midnight then.
Yeah, it sells on the hour.
The only thing we need to keep check of is obviously the sugar beet. Sugar beet waters needs emptying and needs sugar beet.
Yeah, the biogas production is already done and sugar beet too.
Yeah, so we can put that onto silage.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh,
We
it's
did
done now.
300 and something thousand liters of silage. Somehow.
Wow, didn't take long. So we could do,
Yeah,
before
no,
we skip
that went
time,
quick.
I think we could do with putting some more in then. Otherwise it's going to be sitting there idle.
Yeah. We can put in some in the next day. But we're probably gonna get a lot of money off that electricity.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much the electrical charge will sell for, but I reckon we're going to get a good few thousand from it.
It's not selling at the methane station, I hope, because then we're gonna be millionaires.
No, I'm not sure because I've only used that BGA for a little bit on No Man's Land, so I haven't really been paying much attention to how much it actually made. Oh, that was one thing, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the stream, that the flatbed trailer This came up on the used equipment sales just after we finished the stream last week. It's 15,000, so I thought I'd get that. So I did buy that after we finished streaming last week. So I thought that would come in handy for a flatbed trailer. Oh, what I should have done, I should have, no actually, we've got plenty of sugar beet over there, haven't we? No, I should have done, oh, never mind. I should have filled up the trailer with some cut sugar beet before we came over here. We've still got 100 and, some left in the silo over there. When I was skipping through after the last stream, before I skipped through to the month, I literally had this trailer full of sugar beet loading into the hopper and then another trailer filling up, and with the speed time it was like literally constantly like working, emptying the one trailer straight into the other trailer.
Yeah, this is a good biogas plant, I see.
Yeah, I've not tried many biogas plants, so apart from the ones built in to the Western Wilds. I never owned any of the other ones, and this is the first placeable one I've used. But looking how quick it got through all that silage, it seems like it's a little bit too fast.
Yeah, that was 300 and something thousand liters of silage.
Considering that other one we built would have taken what, 30 months to get through
Like 50 or 60,000 liters.
all of that, and that's got through how much in less than a month?
Well, 300 and something thousand in like 2 or
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's probably on the the opposite extreme of being a little bit too fast.
Is there something full in the sugar beet processor? Because I can't put any more into it.
Yeah, it's full. It needs reactivating though. It's been turned off. Yeah, the stones are going to need emptying in a bit.
You want to keep them in like a pile so you can get a stone crusher?
Yeah, I did install a stone crusher. I don't know if it's worth getting because this doesn't produce a huge amount of stones. Hands 110 low when they unlocked the FPS cap for the last update, increased performance. Overheard that on my way in. Yeah, they if you go into your game settings on the main menu now, you can select your own maximum frame limit. So I think it's like 30, 60, 90, 120. I don't know if there's one above 120. I think it may go up to 240, I don't know.
What are you do with stones?
Just dump them on the floor somewhere for now.
That looks heavy.
Yeah, we're all out of sugar beet again.
That's going fast.
Yeah, I'd like these production things, but I wish they'd set the capacity so you could fill it up for at least one full month, rather than do a few hours and then it's empty.
Yeah, I increased the capacity of that sugar beet machine.
Because it's like there's no possible way you can keep up with keeping that filled up and then do other things. And it's like you run it for a few hours and then it's sitting idle for like the rest of the month.
you can't possibly harvest enough sugar beet to keep that thing running all year.
Well, I was working out because I started to kind of look with productions to see how much stuff you actually need. And I was looking at the oil mill for the olives, and I think I worked out you need 57,400 litres of olives to keep it running for 12 months. And I think my last olive harvest I got about 14,000 litres.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, at least you can place the olive vines down for free with the free fence mod.
Yeah. But I'd need to probably quadruple how many I've got to get anywhere near that.
Yeah, with the course play for the vineyards, it's pretty easy to do them now, right now.
Edison21 saying, personally think that when Stevie uploads this, he should include Storm in the part where when he does Calm Lands sim, but he adds Storm to the sim and Storm, in my opinion. I think I get what you mean. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's multiplayer with sim and Storm.
I get you. Brian Waller saying hello again, Sim. Hey to you, and good to see you in the chat again. Hope you're doing well. We're kind of at one of those. We've got 50 minutes left. Those streams where nothing's gone to plan to start with anyway. But we've made some progress. Oh.
Yeah, the next 15 minutes are gonna be us trying to keep these two
It's the only trouble with that sugar beet loader. It doesn't stop tipping out the bucket when it's full.
I'd say speed up time there again.
Yeah.
Remember to set it to selling before you skip it.
Yeah. Once we get to 11, I'll change it to sell. Edison21 said he's sorry. No, I'm sure he's alright. Slow that down a bit. 413,000 litres so far. We'll keep the digestate.
And only 14,000 litres of methane.
Yeah, it's not producing a huge amount of methane from that. Slurry doesn't produce much either. It doesn't look like it produces a vast amount of methane. Silage and slurry together produces the most, 400 methane.
Yeah, silage alone produces a lot of electricity but nearly no methane.
It might be worth next time doing the silage and the slurry for a bit, using the slurry we've got. Oh, we've still got slurry in the tank, haven't we? Yeah, we'll keep that for next time we've got some silage in there. We'll set it to do silage and slurry for what slurry we've got.
Oh, look at the use machine side.
Anything good? Oh, an 8
Another big
R.
tractor.
Why is it we getting so many tractors come up in the used equipment?
Yeah, I'd like to get all these in my private side.
Hillbilly Sim Farm saying hello Sim, hello everyone, hey to you.
So how much do you think we're gonna get from all that electricity?
We're gonna get. I have no idea how much we're gonna make.
I hope it doesn't sell for like more than 1,000.
Well, we're
4,000
going to soon find out. We're either going to be extremely surprised or extremely disappointed.
That's not bad.
Let's have a look how much it was.
Oh, 267,000.
So biogas income was €2 in November.
That's a lot.
I don't know what it's sold products. It's not showing up in the under biogas income.
Is it under sold vehicles for some reason? We
No,
didn't
sold
sell-
vehicles. That was me messing around earlier, trying.
Or maybe harvest income.
No, I didn't sell any vehicles earlier.
It might have gone into sold products.
I'll say the miscellaneous might be mixed up because I was adding some money in to get those conveyors when I was trying to move the sugar beets over, so I had to add money and then delete it. I don't know, we haven't sold any vehicles, so I don't know why we've got 280 grand in used sold
Is
vehicles.
that for selling and placing the... No, that's placed buildings. That is.
I don't know, possibly.
Well, we got enough money at least.
Yeah. We
Buy
definitely,
everything on sale now.
yeah,
Everything's on sale. Buy it all.
buy it all. No, because something better will come up next month.
Yeah, or we could get another piece of land or something.
Yeah, definitely want to get another piece of land so we can get a new field.
And if we get more land, we could get more place for
Yeah.
placing some other productions too.
Yeah, because I definitely want to get somewhere that's suitable for expanding productions on.
Like having the spinnery would be nice since we have that much wool.
Yeah. I'll just-
Oh
Flip.
wow, we got even more money. What did we just get more money for?
it's probably because it's gone over another hour. We're still putting more stuff in the BGA. There's still like sugar beet in there, cut sugar beet. Oh, it's all out now. Yeah, we're out of water on the sugar beet water, so that needs water.
You could grab the tank, or is there slurry in that one?
There's slurry in there. I'll put that in the BGA. Just put these sugar beet in. Yeah, definitely want to get at least one area of land, possibly two.
You could get like a big flat area somewhere and then something for wheat.
I'll have a look when it gets daylight. I'll slow time down a bit so people can see what we're doing. And we can decide.
Fields are expensive in this
Let's unload this. I definitely think we've still got 28,000 litres of sugar beet in the farm silo. We've still got that big pile over there to go through there. So definitely think we'll be making quite a lot of money over the next year.
Yeah, and we've still got like 800 or some thousand liters of silage too, with those bags for
Yeah.
we want to get the bigger shooting
Brian was saying I only rather recently started on Calm Lands with, and honestly in my opinion, interesting rule set. No non-essential loans, no leasing, one tractor only, not using seasonal cycles. Currently at 31 hours. I don't think I have tried FS22 without the season cycles. Because from a lot of people saying it still takes the same amount of time for crops to grow. but you can just plant them whenever you want. So it kind of like doesn't make much sense to me. I suppose it gives you something to do in December. You can harvest and plant crops if they're ready.
I could go and grab that other conveyor belt so we can keep like the sugar beet cut.
Yeah, I think that might be worth
And,
doing. Just then you can set that up so it continually just fills the hopper on that. Saves keep having to do it with the bucket because it gets through it so fast. Right, let's just check our cows.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get full of slurry quick too.
No, the cows are fine. I've got enough feed to last them. Chickens could do with being topped up and the eggs moved. I've got like nearly 12,000 litres of eggs. Sheep.
Yeah.
Sheep are fine as well, but could possibly need to move the wool.
Yeah, the cows filled half their milk tank and half their slurry tank in like one day.
Yeah. We'll leave that to fill up. I'll grab the water tanker.
It would be nice to get like a small farmhouse that can pick everything up from the ground. Insane.
Yeah.
Although it can't pick up crops.
i.kenneth I broke my PS4 and can't play now, that's a shame. That sucks. I remember when years ago when I had my Xbox 360 and that broke, I was like gutted. I got the red ring of death on it. And literally I had to send it off to Microsoft. I was out of warranties. I had to wait a few weeks before I had the money to send it off and get it repaired. Eventually got it back, and about 3 weeks later it broke again, but with a different problem. And they wouldn't, because it was a different problem, it wasn't covered under the warranty for the repair. And they wanted to charge me another 80 quid to get it fixed again. I was like, I'm not paying that again. So in the end I had to wait, and I bought a brand new Xbox so I could get a brand new warranty on it. But yeah, it was annoying, especially when you're really into a game and then you can't play it. Edison21 saying, hey Sim, I want to start on a new map. Can you choose one for me please? Calm Lands, No Man's Land or Western Wild? For me at the moment I am really enjoying the Western Wilds, but that's just because of how I'm going about doing it. This is a really nice map, but obviously a little bit more hilly. Obviously Western Wilds is like complete opposite to this, it's very flat. A lot of big open areas where you can get some really big fields. So it's difficult to choose one because they're so different, but yet so similar as well.
We're actually going to need a forklift for them egg pallets if we want to do it realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna egg loading or something.
It's either a skid steer or a forklift. Which one's your preference?
I'd say forklift then.
Oh, sugar
Yeah, I
beet.
don't mind.
Sugar beet harvester and the used equipment.
If someone buys a forklift, I can move the egg pallets or not.
It might be worth getting a low loader as well, so you can actually bring it back on the low loader rather than drive a forklift truck all the way.
Yeah.
I don't know which is the better forklift truck. The Manitou is the cheaper option. Or there's that, is that Young and Rick? Or there's the JCB Teletruck.
Teletruck is just skid steer.
Yeah, I think it only takes skid steer attachment, doesn't it?
Yeah. Which one of them is the quickest?
The Manitou.
Yeah,
Get one
not the
that's quickest.
Teletruck anyway.
If you get the Manitou, I'll for myself and drive it back.
Yeah, I just bought it.
Okay, I'm starting to slow drive back. Plus 1, 3, riding this one.
So you need the teleport mod or the what's that mod that you could
The sets shop thing.
yeah, the shop where you could set the spawn point for the shop anywhere on the map. I think that was released on 22, wasn't it? But I don't think it's on Mod Hub.
No, it's not the one. I use it.
Is it?
But
I must have missed it. I'm sure I remember seeing it, but I couldn't remember if it was on Mod Hub or not.
it's really nice when I need to buy pallets on a seat that is around here.
Yeah, it's definitely could be handy on here. Driving up to down to that store with some stuff's a bit of a killer. Young Heinrich. No name game saying hi. Young Heinrich. I don't know. My German, I presume it's German. Sounds German.
It's difficult to pronounce. I can't pronounce it, but it is German. Yes.
I'm a typical British person when it comes to stuff like that. We always just say how we say it rather than how it's actually supposed to be. Right, stop that off there for a bit. See if we can set this up to take that pile over.
Nearly back with the loader.
We'll try and see if we can get in a place where we can still get to the water trigger if possible. It's not quite high enough, I don't think. Me jumping in the air, I just don't care.
Where do you want it to be at the chickens?
Yeah, just bring it over to the chickens. I'm coming over there now.
Just give us a bit more of a continuous supply in there. All we have to do is just keep on top of the water. let's take this back.
Yeah, I left it over here. I'm not even gonna buy it.
All we can do is decide which area of land's the best one to buy.
I'd say like get like 38 or 40, like on the other side of the river.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a look in a sec. Just drop this back off. Ooh, a bit fast in there then. A little bit too fast. Right, let's have a look. So we currently own all this here. So 50, 176, quite expensive. But at least that's got a good usable area. 48 is slightly more expensive. 34, it's a little bit cheaper, but there's not as much usable space. That one's quite a lot of water. I thought it'd be a good one to get to expand on the production, so we could kind of build up an industrial kind of area down there. I really want to get somewhere that can get a field on. Let's go and have a look at 50, see what it's like. If it's a bit too steep, it might not be the best one to get. No Name Game saying it's a German company, one of market leaders to be accurate. It's not a brand I'm familiar with. I don't recall ever seeing a forklift truck by them in my years of working. 50 doesn't look too bad, it's fairly flat. Slight incline on this side, that's not too bad. Quite a big area as well. Craden Gaming saying hey Sim Farmer and Stevie, hey to you. And Storm as well, yeah. Yeah, so 50 is definitely, I think, a good one to go for. Give us the option at least getting another field, or there's 55. I think both of those together is going to be a bit too much. We'll go with 50 for now. Let's buy that. It's 176. So that still leaves us with 127, but at least we can expand the farm this year. Get another field or two in here. And also the possibility of cutting down a few more of these trees if need be. So we're making progress, slowly but surely.
You want to start plowing the field in?
Maybe just trying to think. I think it might be worth, let's have a look, see if we've got those other plows and we've got those bigger ones, but I don't know what the I don't think we've got the horsepower for them. Let's have a look. Completely lost plows, there we go. That one's 330, 370. are quite expensive though. 72 grand.
Yeah, they go from small to humongous. And
Um,
a lot of power.
To be honest, I don't think.
I think just buy another 9 meter and three of us can.
Yeah, that's
run
what I
them.
was just thinking, getting another 6M or 9MT. Because it's a lot cheaper, and with 3 of us going, it's not going to take that long to do that.
Yeah, I'll grab the JCB and drive over to the store.
I don't know if the JCB will. Will it struggle with the 9 meter?
It should be fine, I'd say.
Don't know.
I could buy it as a
If
9
you
meter,
can-
and if it struggles, you can always change it back to a 6 with the mobile. Because there's only 2,000 difference between them.
Yeah, or I could just invert it.
I'll try it at the 9 meter. If it's struggling too much, if you put it on backwards.
Yeah, nobody will know that I do that. Do we want to make like one big field on 50 or
Right, let's have a look. We've got canola and barley in that one. I'm thinking we do. I think we'd do sugar beet again, but I don't know if we want to do another field as big as we did last time, sugar beet. And if we do that as one whole field, but I think if it's 2 smaller fields, I don't know if it's going to be worth having 2 small fields. To be honest, with the amount of sugar beets we've still got to process, we'll probably make another 500,000 before we even get to spring. So I think we just do it as one big field,
Yeah, that'll do. I'm starting now, I know.
and then we can always look at getting another area land for the sugar beet field next time. But do it a slightly smaller one. Because we've still got what, 400,000 litres of sugar beet in the silo. We've still got a ton of silage to go through the BGA, so we're going to make a lot of money by the time we come to March to be in a position where we can plant crops. What I'll probably do is between streams I'll probably skip through the time, but I'll make sure everything topped up as much as possible, same as I did last time, so we're not wasting production time. So if we come back in spring, or I get through to spring for next time, so we can start planting crops in the next stream, we should have quite a lot of money as well.
yeah, it might be worth looking into like not a big tractor because everything needs a lot of power.
Yeah. There's a few things I'd like to get. Definitely get another big grain trailer. Or replace the one we've currently got for 40,000 for something a bit bigger than that. So when we do come to do sugar beets and that, we've got some larger capacity trailers.
Now this JCB isn't struggling at all for power.
So this will be our new field. For this year. So we'll try and get at least one more in. We'll probably, I was thinking which one, whether we either do field we had sugar beets in as corn, We'll do this one for a big corn silage field. Tomcat05, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. You are very, very generous and amazing. I really appreciate that. Hello, I'll be back in a bit, no worries. Thank you for that, I really appreciate that. Caden saying I have productions and they have been working since I started No Man's Land, but then they have stopped spawning pallets, and I have a more pallet fix mod, and only like 4 pallets now on spawning. It could be a mod conflict, possibly. When did you install the more pallet mod? Was that before the last update? Like before they upped the limit again? There may have be a conflict with that. Try removing the pallet fix mod first. Why is that disabled? Create fields. And then load the game, see if they start spawning again. I've not had that problem myself, other than when I did hit the pallet limit the first time. That sneaky time when they conveniently forgot to add the fact that they put a pallet limit on PC into the changelog on the update. And then they kind of like released a statement saying, oh yeah, by the way, we forgot to mention this. I was like, sure you did. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of trying is maybe removing that pallet limit to fix mod and then trying it. And if they start respawning, then add it back in if you're still having problems. If you're playing on PC, I'm sure the limit's up to 300 now from 150. I mean, I haven't come anywhere close to hitting the limit on No Man's Land since they changed it to 300. I think it's 300 on PC anyway. Tomcat05 saying thanks for the awesome content, you're welcome as well. Thank you for that, I really appreciate that, and it does help out massively. I installed it right after they had the pallet limiter and it's been working then. Yeah, since if you add it when they first put the pallet limiter on, the game's been updated to change that again, so that may be causing an issue with that mod's not compatible with the update for the game. But so I'd try saying remove it first and then see. The other thing is try toggling between set them to distribute for a bit, cycle some time, then set it back to storing and see if they start spawning then. Has the production building actually produced content? Is it like filled up the storage inside and just not spawning pallets, or is it not actually producing anything at all? So it's not an issue I've seen anybody else have a problem with. When that first time I was loading up that lorry And I was sat there waiting for the next load of pallets to spawn, and I was like, why are they not spawning? Speed up time, still no pallets. I'm like, okay. Where's the rest of my pallets? And you walk over the building, it says like sell some pallets before more can spawn, and you're like, that's a bit sneaky. Evening sim, greetings from Hollywood. How's the stream been today? It's not gone as planned, put it that way. Started off, threw all my plans in the air, which kind of threw me off a bit. Yeah, it's not been too bad. Could have been worse. I've still enjoyed it nonetheless, but I came on earlier and I had this big plans of, oh, we're going to do this, this and this, and then it was like, nope. It's not going to work out quite that way. But we've made a lot of money. I bought some new land, got a new field in. Stevie's got a field, sugar beet field ploughed, got the grass field fertilised and cut, baled up for silage, so we have done quite a bit. I just haven't done a lot myself. So if people watching, it's probably been a bit boring. Watching me spend most of the time messing around, not doing a lot. Missing out on all the fun jobs.
You can just watch my video on Friday and you'll see all the real work being done.
Yeah, you'll have to watch Stevie's video. See all the proper farm work being done while I was standing around being a bit flustered because my plan didn't go the way I was expecting it to. But oh well, it's what happens in life. We're coming up, we've got about 15 minutes left, so we might just about get enough time to take some soil samples on here. Stevie's not streaming, but he's recording for his time lapse. Try selling. Yeah, you could do if you've got stuff stuck in the building that's not spawning. You could try selling what's in there to clear the storage area and then reset it to storing. So as it fills up again, it may start spawning the pallets. I'd try just messing around with that. That's all out sugar beet. Well, I think we'll keep the slurry until we've got some more silage in there, and then we'll do the silage and slurry. So that's fine for a bit.
Yeah, I can load up a few more loads for silage and take it to BGA.
Yeah. The sugar beet's ticking away. So the only thing we'll probably need to do is just check the conveyors may need adjusting. And take another load of sugar beet over from the silo. I think we've still got some cut sugar beet in the actual silo as well we could take to the BGA. One thing we may need, might be able to do soon is get a decent shed for the bales. Might look at one of those automatic bale storing things. Well, last time I looked, they was a little expensive. Now we've got the BGA, we should be able to make a lot more money. I'll put that in there for a bit. Storm's gone swimming. I hope the water's not too cold. It's middle of December. You're brave man swimming across there.
Yeah, normally when it's December here I can walk across the water.
X2 is saying hello, hey to you, welcome to the stream. Not long left though, but thank you for stopping by anyway.
Most of the time the water is frozen here in December and we can drive over it with cars and
Yeah.
four-wheelers and stuff.
I like that on Wilhelmina Forest on 19 with seasons that used to freeze over. Although I don't think I ever did it on a video. I used to cut across the frozen lake with the truck when I was doing off-camera work, speed it up so I didn't have to drive all the way around. Look like doing some ice road trucking. Oh, we could do with topping up the chicken feed actually. Where's the that trailer? Yeah. Oh, we'll do that before we finish up so it's done. Right, let's use the JCB. Change the scenery.
Okay, I'm opening up another bunker silo
Yeah.
and I start transporting some silage.
Right. Trailer. Why do I keep doing that? Keep looking where the thing is I want and then drive off, forgetting that I need to get the thing I was just looking to see where it was. Oh no, we need the trailer. Okay, the trailer's there. Get the tractor. Drive off. Forget the trailer. Well, we'll do the chickens first and then we'll take another load of cut sugar beet over to the BGA. We've still got 56,000 litres of cut sugar beet in here and then 428,000 litres of sugar beet. Extol, would you mind quickly showing your controller binds for the FDR log machines? If you go onto my channel page, so you go to my main Sim Farmer channel and then click on the community tab, the first post at the top of the screen is a screenshot of the FDR logging equipment I've got set for the gamepad. I didn't really need to put this much in. It only takes 20,000 litres. Yeah, if you check out the community tab on the main channel page. So if you click on Sim Farmer or somewhere and it says go to channel, go to that and check out the community tab. There's a screenshot on there for the FDR stuff that I've got set up. I just copied what was on FS19. I literally just copied the controls over straight off from 19 to 22. Main reason was because that's what I was used to, so it made it a lot easier for me to not have to learn new controller settings. So I literally opened up FS19 on the one PC, 22 on the main PC, and then just literally copied control for control. Although I did have a few issues with some of them. I set some and then it didn't seem to like register. I had to like redo them a few times to get them to actually start working. The only problem I've got with the controller bindings I've got is when you're tilting the grapple towards you, it lowers the cruise control speed, so then when you start reversing, it'll only reverse as fast as the cruise control speed. So sometimes that goes down to 0 and you can't reverse, which is rather annoying. That is the only problem I've found with those particular bindings. I don't know if there's any way of disabling the cruise control from that particular mod on its own. I forgot to fill the trailer up again. Right, we're going to cut sugar beet to the BGA. Empties the trailer, drives off. Just going to tell you, like, I'm getting hot, irritated, and I'm tired. It's literally 29 degrees in my office now. My little fan's just starting to blow warm air on me rather than cool air. I'm almost out of water. So yeah, it's definitely time to call it a night in a bit. I wonder if there's another big bridge mod that we could put another bridge in across to the BGA. I know there's quite a few bridge mods, but I don't know if there's any that are wide enough to span that gap. Another load of cut sugar beet. Still quite a bit over here though. Water's still fine. I was really hoping you could get like a water extension side loop for this building. I tried placing them on for the greenhouses, but it doesn't let you place it. I kept saying that it needs to be close to a greenhouse and it wouldn't let you even put it down. I just wanted to see if it had tricked into increasing the capacity for water in here. I'd rather saying, well, the farm is already looking incredible. Yeah, it's coming on, but we did quite a lot of the main farm on the first stream when we first moved over here. We pretty much spent all our money from we bought over from no man's land building the farm up. BGA we built earlier in the stream. Well, this was the second one we built. After the first one was a bit of a damp squid. So that first one would be good for a starting BGA for a very, very small farm. But there's probably better options out there for not a lot more money, to be honest. I keep forgetting how fast this JCB goes. And I'm wondering why it's going so fast, because I've got my foot right down on the accelerator and I'm trying to use the Xbox controller. Right, so we are pretty much done for tonight because I'm getting way too hot now. I think my temperature is going to go to 30 degrees in any second. hopefully next week it'll be a little bit cooler. Let's just put this back and then we'll wrap up for this evening. So apologies, it hasn't kind of been the way I was expecting it to. So I had quite a big plan of doing several different things, and that BGA thing completely threw me, kind of messed up things. So hopefully next week, if I can get on here between now and next week and just progress a bit of time, so we're ready to start getting those fields planted up. So we've got 3 fields ready to go. So we've got these 2, the one we had sugar beet in, the one we had corn, and then our new field. What we'll do, we'll take a take a fly up and see how the farm's looking. So there's our new field over here. What we probably will do is buy that small area of land at the end. I don't know if we'll do it after we've done one harvest or before then. So it's only that small area 9 and then extend that. That'll give us 3 decent sized fields there. Then our big grass field in the middle of the road, which is more than big enough. It produces more than enough hay and silage to keep us going. Then we've got our 2 fields here. And there's our main farm area, our forest over by our 2 houses, and then the BGA area, which we'll build up and expand on as we go. So it's still going to be a while before our trees are ready. But we've got all those to do at some point soon. So possibly look at getting the FDR logging equipment on here when we come to do those. So a big thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to those that left the super chat as well. I really appreciate that and your extra support for the channel. You are very generous and amazing. And if you've enjoyed the stream, probably many of you haven't this week. But if you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And thank you for coming on, interacting with the chat, taking the time to sit and watch. Really appreciate it, because I really enjoy it, and it's great to be able to interact with you as well. And yeah, there may possibly be a stream Friday or Saturday over the weekend on No Man's Land for the 100th episode. I don't know for definite yet, but it's something I want to do. It's just whether I can get the time to do it. So keep an eye out for that. So if I do one, it'll be either Friday night or Saturday night. But I'm not sure which, or if it will definite yet. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. So again, big thank you to watching. Tomcat saying, so like when you got a factory running or some kind of production, does the pallets automatically spawn in the spawn area? I'll quickly show you. I don't think we've got anything. Basically, if you go into your production chains menu and select whichever one you want, your outgoing products, if you then select one of these, you can change output mode. So if you've got it on storing, it should produce pallets into the spawn area outside if it produces pallets, if it's on storing. So it'll spawn pallets to fill the spawn area, and then it'll fill up this internal storage. If you change that to selling, it won't spawn any pallets, it'll just automatically sell what's in there every hour. And then if you set it to distributing, it won't spawn pallets at all. It'll send the product to another facility that uses that particular product. So if you've got like the spinnery, you're producing fabric, if you set that to distributing and you've got the tailor shop, it will automatically send all of the fabric directly to the tailor shop until that's completely full. so you won't get any pallets spawn at all until you set it back to storing. If you don't have anywhere for it to go and you set it to distributing, it'll just fill up the internal storage and it won't go anywhere until it's full. So if you are struggling with the pallet limit, you can set your productions to distributing so it doesn't spawn any pallets until you want them to. That way you can reduce the amount of pallets you've got physically on the map and then change that to storing when you want to get the pallets out. Just make sure that you're not cycling through that as it's ticking over to a new hour, because you could literally go to selling and it will automatically sell everything in that brief second you're flicking through. There will be a download for this save game. I was going to try and do it last weekend, but I just did not get time to do it. But I will sort out a save game for it, for anyone that's interested in this particular farm layout. But I don't know when I'll get time to do it. I'll put a post up on the community tab when it's added to the list anyway. But again, a big thank you to everyone that watched this evening. I'll see you all again definitely next week back on Calm Lands, but possibly another stream in between before then. So a big thank you again, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.